Thank you very much indeed, Adam. And good morning to everybody. I'd like to start by saying that without Shooks and Bex, we wouldn't be able to put this presentation together in the way that we have. So my thanks to them both. I thought we should start with a brief introduction as to why FEOC at all. FEOC was approached by the university 2 years ago about a project called HAIRE. And like you, I had to ask the question, what does that stand for? And I was told it was about healthy aging. And why FEOC, I said. And they offered us a bouquet and said that we liked what you were already doing with something that was called Community Connect. Some years ago, I mean, it now must go back into into history. It's at least 5 years ago. I was at a health meeting where people were concerned about sustainability. And I argued that parish and town councils have a precept and they work in the interests of their communities. And so if a business plan can be put together which underpins activities in well-being, the parish and town council could be a partner in any community activity. And as a result of that conversation and little more, FEOC Parish Council and Truro City Council came together and we hosted a project which became known as Community Connect. It was called that because it was community-based and it aimed to bring people together to help with their well-being. And in fact, that has led to appointments in the coastal PCN, and the work that we did in FEOC and Truro is now being continued across the coastal PCN, where it is the preferred way of dealing with social prescribing, which, as you know, is government funded now, although at a very low level. And we argued that social prescribing, which was becoming the fashionable thing, wouldn't really work if the community wasn't ready for it. And nobody had thought of asking the community if they wanted to be involved with social prescribing. And so it's a credit of our local doctors and health professionals that in the coastal PCN and to some extent in the Truro PCN, we are doing this. But FEOC, why FEOC itself for HAIRE? FEOC, which might surprise you, of course, it's Carnan Downs, Devon, Harcourt, Trevilla. It's Downs, hence Carnan Downs. It's geographically Downs, which, because of the agriculture, established a number of hamlets and villages, all of which are now the administrative parish of FEOC. And we also, and this isn't generally known, you might be surprised, there is a significant proportion of our population which is over 60. In fact, it's up there in the top quadrant in the country for over 75s. So Carnan Downs surgery has quite an aged population. And this fitted the HAIRE criteria, of course, which is healthy aging for those over 60. HAIRE gives FEOC, through the funding which Europe has provided and the funding which the parish council has provided, which is a third of the total cost, it's given us the opportunity, the time to have conversations with residents. So we have the financial resources and we have the time to work with the community to work out what they need to be resilient and successful in enhancing their well-being. We had always, I say we'd always wanted, in the back of our minds, councillors had wanted to explore what the local community really needed as opposed to what we perceived it needed for its well-being. And we're now doing this based on a wider investigation of residents' aspirations, concerns, and their experiences. I will end by saying nothing more, but I think it's quite profound, and it's something I bang on about, and I hope I will ultimately be successful, that parish and town councils can make an important and sustainable contribution to the well-being of their residents. And the ingredients are simple. The councillors are close to the community, and in well-run parish councils, they are respected. And we have the precept. In other words, we have funding which we can use to make a difference. So I hope that explains a little about why FEOC is involved, because we are the smallest pilot partner in this international Interreg project. The others are in some friends of mine in the East Sussex, in the Rother Valley. Those of you who know Sussex, Rye and Bodiam and places like that. And the rest are abroad in France and Holland and Belgium. So I think it's good time for me to hand over to tell a little more of the story, because we're all about storytelling in this project. To hand you over to Dr. Shooks Esmini, who will tell you about HAIRE and the way that it's seeking to achieve its objectives.